Hello. I'm gonna take this scarf off because it's got me looking weird. Hello. How are y'all? I'm here. And so is Bruno. Say hi, Bruno. My dog is my shadow, y'all. This one is. Legend's not my shadow. He could care less about me, especially if Josiah is around. Come here. Bruno said, bye-bye. Bye-bye, mommy. Look at me trying to be on time today. I love that for me. Pa? Yes. Aw, he's such a sweet baby. I love you too. Aw. I became a puppy girl. I can't believe it. I'm trying to here we go. Cause I'm at home comfortable. So I'm gonna try to be like all in my bust with no undergarments on. Cause I'm at home in my bed. I probably should have took a picture of my goals thing before I started this live session, but I guess I can get up and look at it if we're gonna talk about goals. I feel like I need to change my thumbnail so people know that I'm here. Let me see if it lets me do it from the computer. It might not. It might be like, you cannot change your thumbnail. Bruno, what you doing? If you got that ball again, you finna go out of here. My dog keeps on taking the tennis balls and breaking them with his teeth and then trying to eat them. Bruno, come here. Don't look at me like that. Come here. What are you eating? Why are you eating something? There's no snacks in here. Come here. Come here. You know I'm going to take it. That's why. Let me see. Let me see. Open. You done ate it already. What were you chewing on, Bruno? What was you chewing on? Come here. What was you chewing on? I'm finna show the people. What are you doing besides trying to sniff my bed? Back up, Bruno, so they can see your pretty face. Say hi. Say, I've gotten big now. I'm a big boy now. Get down. Sit. No, that's Paul. Can we sit? Let's show him you can sit. You gonna end the live stream. Sit down, Bruno. You sit? Can you sit? Bruno, sit. Oh, you're not sitting because you hear Josiah making all that noise. I understand. I told him to stop bouncing the ball and he won't stop. Anyway, happy summer, y'all. I hope y'all are having a good summer so far. I feel like my summer kind of started off good because it just started, like summer officially started this week. But the summer break started off rocky because I was having some car issues. And last week, my dad actually took me to get a new battery. And when I got the new battery, I haven't really had any issues, knock on wood, all prayers going up to God with the car. So maybe the guy was trying to overcharge me for something that I didn't even need because I haven't had additional problems with my car. However, I haven't been driving it like that either. I told my husband, like, after everything that happened, I'm going to try to get the battery, see how the car does. If it does okay, excuse me, I'm going to limit my driving to local places and work when necessary. Like, my husband and I carpool a lot, and he's been doing a lot of driving. And being somebody who was on the other side of that for a really long time when his car was having a lot of problems before he got his truck, I understand how that can take a toll on you, and it can take a toll on your vehicle. So I say that to say, now that my car is back up and running, it has the battery, and it doesn't appear to be a catalytic converter issue that needs to be addressed in this moment at this time, because the lights all magically went off and everything seems to be working just fine now. I'm going to limit my driving to local only, and not doing long distances at all until I figure out if I actually do need this part repaired or not. So driving to Josiah's school, driving to the grocery stores near the house, places in my city, less than 15 minutes away. That's kind of where I'm using it. The gym, church that we go to is right up the street. That's the type of stuff I'm trying to do. If I have to drive to work for something, then I will. But, like, no more I'm driving to work and then I'm also, like, dropping off Dez at work and then, like, the car is running for 2 hours. I can't do that no more. Because, honestly, I'm not sure if that is what led to my car having issues. Because my car is a 2016 Nissan Versa Note. It has about 148,000 miles currently. And when I got the car, I believe I bought it, it had like 43,000 miles. So in my 5 years of, or it's been more than 5 years, my 6+ years of having that car. Look at Bruno looking at me. Hey, buddy. You wondering who I'm talking to, aren't you? You like just looking at me so sweet, like y'all can't see it. Just sitting here looking like, who are you talking to? Hey, Gabby. How are you? But I didn't really have no expensive issues with this car. So I'm just trying to preserve it because I don't think I'm ready to buy a new car yet. Are yawns contagious? I'm good. I'm doing really good right now. I feel like summer is going right so far. In this video, I'm going to be talking about like goals and like how the month has been. I was just trying to wait for some people to get on and get in the chat so we can get started. But if you want to share, you can share like how your June and your summer is going so far. I know we're only like a week into the summer. That's good. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I'm just trying to keep a positive energy. I feel like my motivation for some of my goals has plummeted when I was struggling with that. Excuse me. And so I'm hoping to get back to it because I have a lot of potential if I stay in it. And I just feel like I keep going hard and then something happens and I fall off and then I have to start over. We're in June, so I'm like, okay, I have 6 months in a year left that I can really hone in and see some results. That pertains to my fitness journey. That pertains to my YouTube channel. That pertains to figuring out other ways to make money besides my full-time job. And just everything else. Like, the sky is the limit. And honestly, this week, I've been at home a lot. And because I haven't been in the gym. And so, like, with that extra time, I've been editing footage. I've been looking at old footage that performed well and just trying to see, like, what inspires me now that I think y'all would care about that I could share that would be something I could be consistent at again. And so travel is definitely one of them. We have a lot of travel planned for this year. I've definitely started doing these quick little 1 and 2 day trips. So I created a couple mini vlogs for the trips I've already taken. We are going to New Orleans in July, so that'll be a opportunity to at least do a mini vlog, if not a long vlog too. But I'm trying to figure out how I can be more consistent than I have been and just really get super consistent. Like, not just like one video a week and random shorts throughout the week, but like maybe getting to a point where I'm uploading shorts 2 and 3 times a day. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hi, Lady Royce, and hello, Cosmic Cucumber. I just feel like I need to get more consistent. And I do feel like my shorts are performing pretty well, but I bet if I started posting more of them, they would do even better. Because I have a few shorts that have done really great on my channel that, like, it almost feels like it came out of nowhere, but they have, like, exceeded the views I'm getting on longer videos. Hey, it's Mo. Yes, love your braids. We care about hauls, etc. Okay, I can do hauls. Those are easy. Do y'all care more about hauls in general, like when I go shopping at period, or is it when I'm going shopping for myself? Because right now, you believe it or not, back to school will be here before you know it. Not for me, but for my son. And so, like, for example, last week we went shopping for him, and we went to this store out in Georgia. I live in Georgia, for those of y'all who may not know or didn't remember that. But there's a store out in the Kennesaw area in Georgia that had like some really, really good pricing on some athletic wear and Nike and Jordans and things like that. Excuse me, y'all. I am a little sleepy. I only got about 4 hours of sleep last night, but I had this live scheduled, so I wasn't gonna miss it. But I got Josiah like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes. He got maybe about 4 or 5 outfits. So, you know, I could do frugal shopping and show that kind of stuff. If I go in Ross and get stuff for me, I always like sharing my little Ross finds and things like that. But I also feel like I'm in need of some things. But then when I'm in my closet, like, there's no room in the closet. So it's like, how can you feel like you don't have clothes when you do have clothes? Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see familiar friends on the live. Keep the grind up. It's awesome. Thank you. I feel like I have been back consistently, but I'm not going to lie. I can tell that YouTube algorithm has not been pushing me like it used to because I fell off of my consistency base. Like, I don't know. It's crazy because it's like when you post consistently, you do grow better. But then, like, if you go from posting real heavy to going to posting light, to me, it's like I'm still being consistent, right? Thank you, Cherry. I appreciate that. I'm still being consistent, but I'm just not posting as much as I used to post. And I feel like that's been my problem, honestly. But the thing is, the retention is there. Because when I go live, I'm talking to people I met a long time ago, and I love that. And honestly, I know I've been having the goal of like 2 live streams a month, and I've been reaching it, but I almost wonder if I need to start trying to up that a little too so I can connect with the community more. Like, maybe I need to do a live stream every week, and I'll commit to 2 live streams that I schedule, and then the other 2 have to be on the weeks that I don't have one scheduled, and I just randomly pop up on here and see who joins. I just feel like YouTube is not YouTubing anymore. It's not YouTubing for me either, girl. Like, let me tell you, my revenue has not been what it was in 2024 or 2023. There has been months that I did not get a check at all. I'm earning money, but I have not been reaching my threshold. And honestly, it has not been that way in some years. So, like I said, I didn't mean to slap the braids up. They are long. I got to braid it down long. Basically, what I'm saying is I haven't really had any viral videos in a while, which is fine. But in the past, my old videos used to sustain my channel. They used to sustain my channel really, really well. And I feel like I do have a few older videos that are still very high viewed. Like any video where I put my husband's locks in it and I'm doing his hair, those do good. All the travel videos, they may not do good the first day, but over time they do good. So I have a lot of videos coming out travel related because our family went to Jamaica. In fact, if you were interested in watching a Jamaica vlog, those are up on my channel right now. I have a room tour. I have a review of the bus service that we use to get from the airport to the resort. And I'm in the process of editing like an hour of footage for a review that I did on that resort with specific answers. So that's coming. And then also, because we're traveling to Mexico for our anniversary in November, that's going to give me some content for the end of the year going into January, which is great. But as I stated previously, I'm not always traveling. Like this year was a great travel year. I don't know if it was just because I said I'm going to schedule some fun, because if you don't schedule fun, life going to keep happening. You're going to keep making an excuse to not travel, to not have fun, and not go do stuff. But it just happened. Also, like, this was a year where there was a lot of cheap flights for stuff locally in the United States. And a lot of folks was afraid to fly because of how the year started off, planes crashing and stuff. Like, that's scary. That makes people not want to fly. But, you know, I prayed about it and I stayed out the air for the first part of the year. And then around April, I think it was, I think it was May, I took my first flight of the year when stuff seemed to be settling down a little bit. And so, you know, I have some mini vlogs that I'll be posting soon of some of my recent travels that were really short. But what I'm really trying to hone in on, aside from international trips and checking off new places, is cheap flights on airlines like Southwest and Delta going to different cities in the United States. So this year we did Nashville and we've done Dallas. We'll be doing New Orleans in July. We're going to go to Mississippi in August because that's where my husband's family reunion takes place. And then we have Cancun for November for our anniversary. So we have a lot of travel already planned. I'm still open to doing more travel. I know that sounds like a lot, but I just feel like it's something that I can enjoy. And then it's something that y'all seem to enjoy as well. I want to get back into live streaming more consistently. Like twice a month is great, but I feel like maybe I do need to check in once a week. But like I said before, stick to the mid-month and the end of month as a scheduled live stream, and then I can base the rest of the sessions as what might fit that week. Like 1 week it might be a Saturday, 1 week it might be a Sunday after coming back from church. Let's talk about how church was that day. I don't know, but I kind of want to like be more consistent. I'm so glad you enjoyed the Jamaica vlog. I thoroughly enjoyed being there, and it was probably the best family trip that I've experienced with my husband and Josiah. I typically get along with my mother-in-law pretty well, but I enjoy vacationing with her as well. Not only is it's just like nice to have like another woman with you on a trip to do like girly stuff with, like go to the spa, but I feel like it's nice to have her there with Josiah, because when Des and I want to have time as husband and wife, she always offers to take Josiah. And it's not even like we're just sending her with him or sending him with her every time or every day, but it's like she literally wants to spend time with Josiah. So it's just like I couldn't have asked for a better flow. I think the last trip we did was when we went to Nashville together with her, and that one wasn't as enjoyable as Jamaica. I tried the short form content, but it's hard to stick with that, and I feel like it doesn't attract the right audience. I feel like shorts are great with like getting subscribers, but I feel like it's set up like TikTok. And I say that because, and I have not been on TikTok in over a year. Like TikTok, I don't know. I went viral on TikTok. I have 2,000 followers on TikTok. When I was being consistent, I really feel like I would have been in a TikTok shop at this point. But because I sorry, there was a weird message up there and I was like reading it trying to see what was the reason. But I feel like I just never understood how to consistently stay in the TikTok algorithm, nor was I monetized there. I was trying to get monetized on Facebook. Facebook was playing with me and took like almost 2 months to approve my monetization after an error that I made with filling out my like legal information to try to set that up. So I really stuck with YouTube, but I say that to say consistency has been my problem. Like shorts can take off and shorts can make random people subscribe to your channel, and that's why shorts reminds me of TikTok, because TikTok you can be random and people will follow you. There's a lot of folks who are on TikTok who do not make content. TikTok seems to have people who enjoy watching content. They enjoy finding people that they feel are their person, that they can come and look at every day and see what they're doing. And even if that person is not a lifestyle content creator like myself, if the person is a makeup tutorial person, if they're a mukbang tutorial, mukbang eating person, if they do food reviews and they go out and try different places, like some people just enjoy the person enough that they come back and they watch that content no matter what it is. And they're going to be there in them comments and they're going to like that type of video. And then you got some people who are just like silent TikTok watchers, and they will subscribe or follow those pages. They'll like stuff. They never comment. Or, they just subscribe to whatever is funny or entertaining or useful, and then you never come back unless that pops up into the For You page. So I feel like that's shorts. I feel like live streaming can also feel like TikTok a little bit, even though I've never live streamed on TikTok. But the way the shorts feed is like it pushes out your vertical live streams to random people. So you're going to get your old subscribers who have their notifications on, but then you get new people too. So that's the benefit with live streaming that I've seen, especially since the vertical live stream has been out, because it gets pushed into the shorts feed. And then I feel like the long form videos, that's for folks who like to watch long videos. Like, and if you are good at titling your videos, doing thumbnails, which you have always been really good at pretty thumbnails and like making it look aesthetically pleasing. Like your whole branding looks super pretty. So that's never been something you weren't good at. But my point is, it's like trying to find the right audience in the search engine so that your video is at the top so people can find it if they're searching for whatever it is you're talking about. Grocery haul, stay at home mom life, work from home life, like whatever it is. I'm cooking today. I'm showing you how I cook breakfast for my kids. Or, I did a grocery order. This is what I got. Like, it's really just about trying to find the audience and having people who are a part of that repeat tribe coming back and watching consistently. You're welcome. And I feel like that's the struggle with YouTube. At least for me it is, because I know I have at least 50 people out of this 22,000 that know me and come back and have been watching for over a year. The problem is when I'm not consistent, YouTube stops being consistent and YouTube stops pushing out my videos in a timely manner. And that then affects how you get paid, because you have folks who might be your friend or they are subscribed, but maybe they stop being consistent on going to the YouTube app because they're on TikTok now. They're on Instagram Reels now or Facebook Reels now. They're in Facebook groups, which Facebook groups are also like making a comeback. Not even like video content, but just people enjoy being able to scroll through communities and talk and ask for advice in a written way, especially because Facebook has that whole anonymous posting feature in those groups. So you can ask people for advice and not even put your name up there, no pictures of yourself, and talk to a community of people and bond around an interest. I'm in a ton of Facebook groups. Facebook for people who like shopping at Aldi, and Facebook for moms, and Facebook's for marriage, and Facebook for the community that I live in. Like, I'm in a lot of groups that are like around that kind of stuff as well. And so I say that to say, when we get inconsistent with our channel, our fan bases start to disappear a little bit as well. And then when we come back, when we get in the mood to make content, our old subbies are not there. Like, it's not that they're not there, but they may not be there as soon as you hit upload on that video. And so then the algorithm is not like notifying like it should be because you haven't been consistent and they haven't been consistent. And if your video is not necessarily a trendy topic that people are looking for, it's super hard to get that video pushed out to new people, new strangers, so they come and watch. And I don't know what changed, but I used to feel like YouTube did a really good job of pushing out old videos. I'm talking about videos you might have made 2 years ago. And like all of a sudden you go look at analytics and that video that you posted in 2023 about, I don't know, a nail tutorial or whatever it is, it got 2,000 views. And, you know, the videos you're posting today only got like 50 views or 100 views. Like, it's insane to me that I have the number of subscribers that I have. And my subscribers are constantly telling me, hey, girl, I didn't even know you uploaded this video. I'm catching up because YouTube didn't notify me. Like, someone literally said it today to me because they were like, oh, I see you posted your other Jamaica vlog. I didn't get notified. I'm going to go watch it. And I'm like, that's been up for 4 days. That's crazy to me that my subscribers that have my notification bells ringed on don't even see when I'm uploading. It sounds like the only time that people see it is when I put it on a community tab. So as we talk about like goals and stuff, content creation is coming back to me because it's a big passion of mine. And I've been heavily consuming other people's content. Why? Because I haven't felt as motivated about my content. Why? Because YouTube hasn't been pushing me out. So on top of YouTube not pushing me out and me having issues with my car and me having issues just feeling like, you know, what am I going to do next? I have not been in the mood to edit, film, document, and be consistent. But upon consuming other content creators' content, it kind of brought my motivation back because it's always that reminder of like, what you're going through might be relevant to somebody else. What you're going through might make somebody feel connected and understanding of God's grace. Maybe God is trying to use you during your struggles to help bless somebody else. So that's where I think live streaming would be really good for me because it doesn't require any editing. It doesn't require me to do any planning. It's really just about me coming up and showing up and talking to y'all, even if it's just for a 30 to 45-minute session once a week. And then as it grows, if we're getting a repeat audience and y'all want that, then we can make it 2 times a week. We can go back to what I used to do that used to be very successful. And then the long form videos, we can do those as we see fit. Like I said, the travel videos that do pretty well. I worked on interlocking my husband's locks. I did his hair recently and I actually interlocked it because he had a lot of loose hairs with my normal simple method that I've been sharing. And so I had to go in and interlock with a crochet needle. So maybe like this summer when I do his next retwist, I can show that crochet method and bring something new to what I've been doing on YouTube. I also want to get back to real talk. Like, I feel like I've been trying to grow in faith this year and I've been intentional about going to church. And I feel like that could be something I talk about, giving advice about friendship and navigating adulthood and motherhood and life and the world being crazy. Like, real talk is also something that I'm really passionate about as well. And I feel like that's something I could come back and do. And then just like the trials and errors with my fitness journey and the way that I'm trying to find ways to bring joy in the midst of chaotic moments. It's so much that I could be doing. And I just feel like some days I feel like I can do it all. And then other days I just feel super tired and overwhelmed with everything that I just don't want to do nothing. And that's real. Hey, Levi. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the real talk videos. I do have a faith channel video though, and that's doing pretty well. Maybe that's where God needs me to be. I think so. This world needs more faith-based content. There's a lot of drama out here in the world. Let me make sure my dog is not eating my carpet. Bruno, come here. Come here. Come here. Let me see. What are you eating? What are you eating? Let me see. No. Let me see, Bruno. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. Good boy. Sit. You cannot sit there and chew on my carpet. I'm going to put you out of here. Do you want to get put out? When you go home, you can tell Dads to come get you. You cannot chew on the carpet, buddy. Y'all, Bruno done got big. My other dog, Legend, he's not so big. He's still kind of medium, but Bruno is big. He's like 52 pounds. That little baby puppy, if y'all go back and watch my vlogs from maybe like 3-4 months ago, when we got Bruno and he was all tiny and stuff, he's not tiny anymore. He's definitely a big dog. I never in a million years thought I would have a dog, let alone 2 dogs. That is crazy. Like, I expected kids before a dog would ever enter this house. And now we literally have 2 dogs. And I love my dogs, but I did not like dogs growing up because I was afraid of them. And now I'm a dog person. Now, I don't ever see myself getting a cat. And I do mean that. I don't think I like cats as much. My coworker has a really cute cat, though. But I don't feel like we could coexist with dogs and cats in the same house. It's hard enough with 2 puppies. I'm just like, wow. And that's another thing I was uploading really heavily when I first got Bruno. I was doing videos almost every week about something related to having a dog. Here's our routine with a new puppy. Here's a toy review here, this and that. I just feel like I was uploading a lot, and in return, it just wasn't really giving in this algorithm. And so I don't know if YouTube changed something about how they push stuff out, but I go in that to say this video, this stream, we supposed to be talking about goals. Like, thinking about July, like I said, I think what I want to do is definitely post more shorts. I want to experiment with posting shorts more frequently than what I've been doing. So I schedule a lot of those, and that's fine. You're going to see some stuff that's new. You're going to see some stuff that's older. You're going to see some stuff that I might actually be at an event that day and upload. I just want to see. I might experiment with different types of shorts and just see what happens. Live streaming has been very, very special the last 6 months. Like, for 6 months, I have been streaming twice a month, and they've been excellent. So I'm not going to stop live streaming, but I think I want to start doing more of the ones that y'all don't know are coming. Or maybe I give you a heads up that morning that I'm coming that evening. But, like, what I've been doing for the last couple months is, like, scheduling them at the beginning of the month. It's on my page. Like, you can see, hey, how are you? It's okay. It's you coming when you have an assignment. Look, if you need to go finish your assignment, you do not have to stay on my live, but I hope you are doing well. Our one year anniversary living in a home. Oh my gosh, congratulations. How do you feel a year later in your house? That's what I want to know from you. You could do a video. If you could do a video sharing, like, if you wanted something to come back, right? My idea for you is you could do, what did you learn about the home owning process 1 year later? That would be such a great video for you. Lessons learned. And to answer your question, home renovations are on pause right now because of my car situation. When my catalytic converter went out, like, right after my birthday. Let me make sure this dog is not eating the floor. Come here. What are you doing? Are you trying to eat my floor, Bruno? Because if not, you got to go. Okay. You playing with something. That's fine. You cannot eat the carpet. Okay? We still have carpet in our bedroom, but we don't have carpet in the living room or on the stairs anymore. So we did finish out that project, and the fence is what I wanted to do next. And I put that on hold because I wasn't sure if we were going to have to get a new car. And, excuse me, my thought was I didn't want to spend that money on a fence for the dogs if I needed to buy a new car. But now that my car is working again, after my dad put a brand new battery in for me, I don't know if I need to rush to do the catalytic converter. My check engine light is not on anymore. The car seems to be driving fine. The light that was on was from a tire issue. I went to go get that checked out. I just needed air. I would love for it to be that the guy was just trying to get over on me and tell me that it was going to be a $2,600 repair so he can make a quick buck off of me as a woman going into a mechanic shop and not knowing any better. Like, I would love for that to be the story. But my wisdom is telling me to drive this car for 30 days. 30 days. Keep it light, you know, go local. Let hubby drive the long distances. Let me drive the local distances in the car and just see how it does. And if that goes over well, then I may feel comfortable in the fall doing that last renovation project for the year. So we did finish all of the floors that we started out to do. So like I said, the living room we've done. And I have a bunch of shorts that I need to upload. I actually edited them this week. So the floors in the living room that were carpet, we pulled all that out and we have the vinyl plank flooring in. We got the stairs redone that had carpet on it. All that came up. The only rooms that have carpet in them now are the bedrooms. And Josiah's carpet is a nicer carpet than ours because he got his room remodeled when we had our first home cleaning a few years back. So I did tell Daz after they did the flooring in the living room that I would love to put that same flooring in our bedroom. So that is one project I want to do in the future. But after actually having the vinyl flooring for a couple months, I'm starting to... Are you biting my floor? What are you doing? Bruno, you cannot do that in here. I'm going to put you out. Mommy's going to put you out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. Stop, boy. No. 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 He is obsessed with something that's on the floor over here. I'm just like, stop. I don't know. What I was going to say is I like the floor in the living room. It's great. It's easier to clean up after the dogs because I can just sweep and I can mop the floor, and it's much easier than having to try to get stains out of carpet. Bruno is about 90% housebroken. He does not have accidents, which is why he's in our room. But the little one, he's not housebroken at all. We're trying our best. He keeps on like peeing and pooping in his crate. Sometimes when we have him out in the living room, he'll poop and stuff. So I'm very glad that I changed the floors out there because that's the area where the dogs be. They go up and down the steps to go out the door to use the bathroom, or they chill in the living room. That's a lot of the times where we have them. Bruno is, like I said, more potty trained, so he has a little bed over here in our room. Sometimes, like now, he'll be in here with me and he'll chill. But I try to give him something to do because if not, he tries to nibble on the carpet over here. I caught him doing it once. And I don't want him to pull my carpet up because I'm not replacing that this year. But I say that to say one thing I don't like about the vinyl plank flooring is that it is cold on your feet. Carpet is warm on your feet. Like you can walk around barefoot because it's like it feels soft on the feet. It's warm. But when you have the like hardware floor, the vinyl plank flooring, tile floors, you know, they're colder. Even in the summer, they're cold. So it's like I have to remember to put on a pair of flip-flops or some socks. That's the only thing I don't really like is that coldness on my feet. So it made me wonder, like, do I want to just go to Empire and have them do the move out, like move all my furniture out and put in some new dark carpet, like some gray carpet, put it in this bedroom and put it in the bedroom in our office downstairs and don't worry about putting that vinyl flooring in here? Or do I just want to do it all the vinyl plank flooring? Because I would, like I said, the pro with it is that it's very easy to clean. Like if there's a mess, whether it's water, pee, or whatever else, I can easily, you know, you spray the urine solution down, wipe it down. I can use the mop and get that up. Whereas when it was carpet, it was like a stain left in the floor, and I didn't like that. You cannot keep chewing on that, little boy. Let's take a break. Let's take a break and say hi. Hello. Say hi. My name is Bruno, and I'm not listening to my mom, and I'm about to get put out. That's Bruno, guys. Thank you so much. I feel like they did too. I was really happy with it, and it made me want to put the floors in here because it did look really nice, and they weren't super expensive. Like honestly, it was less expensive than I thought it would be, and it really made the house look better. I ended up getting some curtains and like a rail to put right above the door. to kind of match. And so now we kind of have like a neutral look going in that area. He is so big, girl. He is 52 pounds now. Yeah, I was gonna get that recorded today. Got a couple other things. No rush. Even if you don't post it until July, I would recommend doing it though. I remember when I made a year in the house, I definitely did a video like that. And I felt like I learned so much. I feel like I need to do that video again. It's been 7 years. And so like where I was at year 1 is very different than where I am in year 7. I have another question for you if you feel comfortable answering it. I can answer the same question I'm asking you. Did your property taxes increase this year, and did it cause your mortgage to increase? The answer for me is yes. This year was the first year that our mortgage went up significantly. Our mortgage has only went up in the past by like 20 to $25, $30. And this year it went up by over $100. And that was really an adjustment for us because we were not used to having to. Bruno's trying to get out. Yeah, I was about to get him. I'm like, I hope he didn't pee in here. He did not. Okay. I'm like, I know I'm not in here bragging about this dog and then he peed, but he didn't. He's literally at the door like, I have to use the bathroom. And Des just came and got him. Shout out to Des. But what I was going to say was that was an adjustment that I wasn't necessarily anticipating. Did he? I thought he had, wait, no, don't leave. I thought he had to use the bathroom.
Oh, come on, Bruno.
Did Josiah take him out? What's your opinion on Latinos having dreads? I don't know. I mean, I don't really have an opinion. My opinion is they want to probably make sure they go to somebody who knows how to interlock because their hair type, if it's like 3A hair, it's going to be hard for their hair to lock, just like Caucasian people who get them, but it's not impossible. I don't really have an opinion about it, though. I mean, one way or the other. I think locks are great for people with kinky hair because our hair will lock up a little bit easier. But, I mean, if a Latino wants to have that lifestyle, then do it. But yeah, my question was going to be, my question for you was going to be about, like, did yours go up this year, or were you able to avoid that increase? Because I feel like the economy changes caused a lot of like taxes to increase in different parts of Georgia, and I also felt like insurance went up as well. Like my father, he has a house in Atlanta, and he was telling me that his went up by almost $300 because their insurance also went up. And I'm just like, that is crazy. So when you have a home, you can have a fixed rate mortgage. And so you're locked into the principal amount that you have to pay. But the things that can fluctuate are your escrow and your interest. And your insurance. So if the insurance company that insures your house decides to raise your cost the next year, they can, and that can make your mortgage total go up. The same with property taxes. If your county deems that there are more property tax expenses in the following year, then that can also cause your mortgage payment to go up as well. So it's like, that's something I would talk about in my video on year 7. The other thing I talk about is just like, when your house is not moving ready, when you buy it, that's okay. Like sometimes you may be able to get an older house for a better price than a new build. But just know that you are probably going to have to do home improvement projects. So you kind of have to figure out what your trade is going to be. You can get the brand new house, and it's okay, no worries. You can get the brand new house that doesn't have any issues. And I feel like the trade-off is you may have a higher mortgage starting off. But you shouldn't have to do too many projects because that new house is likely going to come with the floors you need. You know what I mean? If you're able to make those custom choices in your kitchen, what kind of like floors you have, what kind of cabinets you have, what kind of paint color. Like if you get a new build, you usually can make choices about how you want that stuff to be. And so while your mortgage might be higher, you get the benefit of having a brand new move-in ready home that doesn't need anything. But then if you get the older house, which is what we did, we bought our house in 2018, but it was a home that was built in 2001. It was move-in ready when we were 24 and 25, but now, 7 years later, the house is not move-in ready anymore. There's definitely some things that were done cheaply that we have had to replace, repair, make work. We've had plumbing done in here. We've had to replace toilets. We had to replace a toilet the recent time because Josiah put a foreign object in it. So that's not anybody messing anything up except the people who live here. But we have had to paint stuff. We've had to replace floors, carpet. This home was built in 2001, so we did have hardwood floors, which is the darker wood color y'all see in some areas. But then the areas that were on the stairs and in the living room section within our home were carpeted, just like the bedrooms. And so I think for me, just doing small projects one at a time. Did he go? I thought he had to because he kept going by the door. Good job, Bruno. Way to tell us you have to use the bathroom. And that's what I mean by potty training. Like, he'll just go walk to the door like, hey, I have to go and I don't want to go in here. Legend, he don't care. He gonna pee wherever it was. And he's 5 months old. Bruno is 8 months old. So, he'll be 9 months next month. Like, on the 3rd. Can y'all believe it? I have a 9-month-old dog. I had him since he was like 7 or 8 weeks old. And I've had Legend since he was 7 weeks old. So, like, I don't know. Time is flying. But I say that to say, going back to the renovations thing, for me, it's about doing small little things. Like maybe one big project a year to just get it to where I want it to be. And for the first time in years, I do feel like my home is entertainment ready. Like, I feel like I can invite folks over comfortably now because stuff looks nice. Like the deck is redone so folks can come out and chill on it. We got stairs that are not broken. They're nice and painted. And I'm not talking about the ones in the house. I'm talking about the ones outside the house. We used to have a broken step. I have a video on my channel when I was trying to decorate inside the house years ago. My dad and stepmom came over and they helped hang up the new blinds and things like that. And my dad ended up tripping on the stairs going out of our house. And the wood on that step was broken. And now he did not trip because the wood on my step was broken. He tripped because he missed a step. But he had made a point to let me know, like, if that had been anyone else, they could possibly try to come back and, like, say something against me if they were to trip on that broken step. So that made me very leery and uncomfortable about inviting people to come over because there was that step that was, like, broken on the porch going into our house. And then the deck was in terrible condition. Like, the person who redid it for us had to tear the whole thing down, couldn't salvage any of that old wood, and rebuild it up with new pressure-treated wood. So that was like last year's projects. This year, I wanted to get rid of that carpet. As soon as we decided to become dog people and I saw how they have accidents and stuff, I was just like, no. We cannot do carpet in the main areas of this home, which is the stairs going up and down to go in and out the house, or up into the living room and the living room area. Like, it was time. It was time for that carpet to be pulled up when we moved in. But like I said, I remember when we bought the house, one of the things that I put in my negotiation when we went under contract was for the seller to steam clean the carpet because it did have stains and stuff in it already when we moved in. But again, just going off of that timing and that price back then, like, I felt like I was getting a good deal, so I took it. But in hindsight, like, if I would have known where I was going to be now, then I probably would have been a little bit more patient. Bruno, what are you doing? You got to use the bathroom? Or you just don't want to be in here anymore? Come here. Come here, Bruno. I'm trying to see what he's trying to tell us. You want to go with Des? Come here. Come here. Bruno. Come on. I don't think you want to be in here no more. Hi, Tariq. Did you get that tax rebate? I got mine today. It was state and it was from Kim. I did not, but one of my relatives did, and she texted me and said to check my account because it might be coming soon. We applied for home exemption. I'm still waiting to see how much our payment will be every month. I applied for home exemption as well, but I feel like home exemption, I don't, does it go into effect this year or next year? Did you apply for your homestead exemption before your year came? Did you all take out equity for the rentals or save money? I did not take out equity. I used my savings on these projects. So, yeah. Bruno, if he just... Oh, I know you did it. The boy just shitted in our room.
Oh,
Bruno.
I just put Bruno out.
Okay, and I kept telling you, he was saying he needed to go out. And then you shut the door and you act like you didn't hear me still calling you.
I didn't hear you calling me. I literally just put Bruno out. Bruno had a chance to sit out and he left.
I was just bragging on him. That's why I said 85% potty trained. He kept circling by the door. He was like, I was trying to tell them I gotta use it. And then this is Legend. Hold on. He might come over here jumping. Hi, Legend. Say hey. Ah! This is the problem child right here. Here's a bag, guys. Oh, wait. This bag is raggedy. Bruno, you finna go in the crate. Because you know you're not supposed to do that. Hold on. I got to put him away because he went potty inside. Come on, crate. Go ahead and go. He looking like, but I tried to tell you. Crate. Thank you. Legend, you cannot come out. No more Bruno. And this, it'll be why I was saying I didn't want carpet. He's actually never had an accident in here before, ever. That was the first time. So, but I'm not against borrowing against equity. We just haven't had to do it yet. If you want my full transparency, I really want to do a kitchen remodel. And I know that those can cost between $15,000 and $25,000. So I think that is one where I would be willing to borrow against my equity because I feel like that's the type of investment that would be worth pulling from it. You know what I mean? And I also feel like it would increase the value of the house. And I feel like getting the deck redone, getting the stairs redone, getting new floors in the living room, especially vinyl plank flooring that kind of looks like wood, those also increase the value. But I think a brand new kitchen, you know, replacing all the floors, replacing the cabinets because they need it. Oh, gosh. Getting the newer appliances put in, a new backsplash done all around, putting in a more quality like granite countertop, like that would really increase the value. And I would honestly opt to try to add more cabinet space because I feel like we need more cabinet space and we need more counter space. The cabinet space is actually not even my problem. It's really the countertop space. Like when I'm trying to cook and prep food, I just feel like we are always on top of each other. There's always clutter. There's always clutter because there's not a lot of space in the kitchen. So that is what my plan would be for the future as far as borrowing against equity. One of my coworkers, she actually did an equity HELOC loan for her house. And she had a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I think she made it a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bedroom house, and added some more square footage to her home and remodeled her whole house. And so it was like a 2 to 3 month project where they went in and they redid her whole kitchen. They did all the floors. They added another space. So now she has a 4-bedroom house out of her 2-bedroom ranch or her 3-bedroom ranch. They were able to make it bigger using her land. Now, granted, I live in a split level HOA community where you gotta, get all kinds of permissions to do anything big like that. Whereas she lives in an area kind of that's like off the grid. She don't have a HOA. You just do whatever you have to go get your permits, of course, but it's a little easier. Like, to get the fence, that's the other thing I'll tell y'all real quick, and then I'll get to the goals so that I can wrap this up, because I know I've been talking and running my mouth for about an hour. But HOA has to approve beautification projects that you do to your house. So if I want to extend my driveway, I have to ask the HOA. If I want to get the fence, I had to ask the HOA. I reached out to our HOA. I want to say it was mid-March when I was working on getting the quotes for the flooring done, right? I reached out to them then to ask about the fence. I had actually went through like Home Depot to get a quote for getting a fence repaired because I was just interested in seeing what they would charge, because the guy that has done all my recent projects was a little bit higher than the budget that he initially had given me for a quote last year after doing the deck and stuff. And so the Home Depot quote was actually in the budget that I had said. It was under $4,000 to build a fence. That's what I was looking to pay, because that was what I was initially quoted. And then it went from him saying $4,000 to $8,000, but that's because he thought I wanted a bigger fence than what I want. Long story short, HOA took almost 3 months to approve it. And so by the time they approved it, y'all, I was on the trip in Jamaica. This was at the end of May. Like, I had asked back in March, mid-March. I want to say it was mid-March, early April. I really feel like it was like mid-March though. So they replied to me like May 28th. At this point, I get back from my trip to Jamaica. Now my car is having issues. So I have the approval to proceed. It doesn't expire or anything, but it's like now I'm hesitant to spend the money because, like I said, I just want to make sure the car is gonna be straight. I don't want to go and spend $3,000 or $4,000 trying to build a fence so the dogs can be out there and not constantly having accidents up here in the house that we have to keep cleaning so it doesn't smell like a darn farm up in here. Or or I get the fence and then something happens with the car and then I'm out of extra money. That's the part that's kind of like tricky. That would bring your house value. Yeah, I definitely think so. I also have extra finance. What she'll do to double it? What she'll I do to double it? What should you do to double your finances? Is that what you're asking me to read? We live in a non-HOA community, and it's amazing. I don't have time for all that HOA mess. I know that's right. It's annoying because you get letters about cutting your grass. If and then like we've been having so much rain this year, and if you don't cut grass when it's wet, like especially if you're cutting it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes you don't cut the grass because you've been having rain every day for 2 weeks. So if it's raining, like you can't cut the grass, so the grass ends up growing. You get a letter talking about you need to cut your grass or you're gonna get a fine. It's like it's frustrating at times because it's like y'all are quick to send a letter about me cutting my grass, which this year was the first year I ever got a letter about cutting grass, and I feel like that's gracious because there's been plenty of times where our grass actually definitely needed a cut for longer than a week or two. But I say that to say they've sent it for that. They've sent it for my son's basketball goal being in the wrong area of the yard or whatever, and where they considered a liability because it was too close to the street. Whatever that means. Pressure washing the house. These are letters that I've gotten in the past. And I'm very compliant. Like, I'll respond and say, I will address this within 30 days. And I'll get it done. But it can be frustrating because it's like, it ends up adding extra things to your to-do list when they reach out saying you need to get your grass cut ASAP. If you can't cut it, you got to now pay somebody. pressure washing. If you don't have the equipment, you got to pay somebody to do that. So like with the fence thing, I tried to go about it the right way and ask, because you're supposed to ask before you change your house, or you can end up getting fined. It could be a whole thing. And so then when I reach out to ask y'all don't respond for like almost 2 months. And then the guy who was going to do the work, Home Depot gave me a quote, but their quote was good for 14 days. They did say I could call back and they would probably honor the price as long as the materials have not increased. And then when I told the guy who does the work that we've done previously, he was like, I can match the price they told you because I misunderstood what you were asking me for. So like he's following up and he thinking I'm being flaky. And I'm like, I'm not being flaky. Like I was waiting on HOA. And then when I was waiting on HOA, then my car started having issues. So now, long story short, if I do the fence this year, it'll be in the fall, because I don't feel like we're gonna do the stuff I was talking about doing earlier this year with everything going on. I'm gonna I need a candle holder because I'm finna light a candle. I went to Bath and Body Works for semi-annual, and I got some cheap candles. The cheapest candle stunk really bad, though, so I did not get that one. But I got a couple of $10.95 candles, so this is one of them. This is the Sweet Kiwi Strawberry candle. And I'm just going to light that so I can have some good smells in here. My husband cleaned the poop up because he's very thoughtful, and I appreciate that. But I just want to light something that smells good because I know my dog peed. Or he didn't pee, he pooped. He over there looking like, I'm in trouble. He put me away. Legend got put away too.
Yeah, it was I already figured they were going away at temporary ball.
That's not bad. I'm finna light a candle. I was telling them on YouTube that it doesn't smell like anything in there because you got it up really fast, but just because I don't want to smell it. It's in my brain that I saw it, that it smells like that in there. So I'm just going to light the candle. And you want to know another place to get candles from? Aldi. But with Aldi, I learned you have to get the 3-wick candles. And you have to let them burn for a little bit so that you can smell them. The 1-wick Aldi candles don't really smell that strong. But we tried 2 of their 3 wicks. And I think I got it was like warm toasted s'mores and a dill pickle candle. I know that sounds crazy, but they both smell pretty good. So this is the Sweet Kiwi that I'm lighting. I'm finna set the candle right by my bed. And we're gonna see how it smells. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them semi-annual candles was not giving what it was supposed to give. And I was like, I wonder if that's why they on sale. This is a soy wax blend candle. It's Sweet Kiwi and Starfruit. It's $10.95. Can you believe that these candles are normally $26.95? That's what the little sticker on the bottom of this says. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Like, what? Why am I paying $26 for a candle? I don't know. The quality is pretty good. I'll give them that. I will give them that. But I just feel like that's a lot of money to pay for a candle. Okay, I already read that. We still growing our grass now. That's ridiculous, but that was a non-negotiable when we were looking for our home. No HOA communities. I refuse to have people tell me what to do with my property. Bath and Body Works is overhyped. Walmart has some really good candles. What's your favorite scent from Walmart? I think the only one I tried from them was a cherry or strawberry candle. I think Des bought it a long time ago. I feel like 3-wick candles in general, though, they smell better than the single-wick candles, but I could be wrong. Bath and Body Works is expensive. That's my opinion about Bath and Body Works. Like, my favorite candle with Bath and Body Works is Champagne Toast. Someone got me one for my birthday a couple years ago, and it lasted for a long time. But I've become a person who enjoys lighting candles, especially after getting a dog's. Because it's like, I don't know, I just like to clean the house and then light candles in the house. And then it kind of helps the house smell like sweet or whatever that smell is. And it masks whatever the smell of like dirt that you might have had before. But so does Fabuloso and bleach, you know. So I just feel like it's become a habit. Like sometimes after cleaning up after the dogs, I'll just light a candle to kind of help reestablish a fresh smell in the space. Oh, and the wax smells good. Okay. Okay. Holiday candle that smelled really good. I can remember the scent. That's okay. I'm gonna check it. Well, I can't check it out right now. I have not been shopping at Walmart or Target this year since they did away with their DEI programs. It's going on 6 months. But if I return to shopping at Walmart again, I will definitely check their candle selection out. So for now, my cheap go-to is Aldi. Aldi's 3-wick candles are like $4.49. And I feel like if you sniff it in the store and you make sure you like the way it smells in the store, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to smell good when you burn it. You just have to let it burn for a little bit so that it can get fragrant. And honestly, if you can smell it in the store and it smells like something, it's going to burn really good. If you smell it in the store and it's kind of subtle, it's going to be subtle when you burn it. That's what I've learned with their candles. Let's see. I'm looking at my goals because we really didn't talk about goals, but we caught up and that was good too. I had a goal to attend church on Sundays or stream, which I did. I actually made it to church every Sunday this month in person. So yay me. You know, that is such a big deal. When I think about how I started the year in church, right? On the watch night service, I went to church and I said, I really want to get back into church this year and I want to be consistent. It sounds like my husband and I and Josiah have found a church that we like to visit. Still not sure if we're going to join the church. I'm not going to lie. We actually went to church last week and we had the first message that we didn't really like that rubbed us the wrong way. And I was just like, oh no, we've been going to this church since Easter. I hope it's not going, badly. Yes, I do use plugins. I don't use Bath and Body Works plugins, but I have the Airwick plugins right now. I've also used the Glade plugins, and I like both. I feel like Glade was a little bit better than Airwick, but Airwick had a bunch of coupons for their holders where it was like getting the holders for free, so I just ended up switching to save money. I'm a big coupon girly as well. As far as streaming church, I didn't have to stream because I went in person. And then praying daily, I feel like I've been praying daily. I do. I really feel like I've been trying to be intentional about blessing food, praying before I start the day, before I end the day. If I'm anxious about anything, I've really been trying to find reasons to talk to God. Sometimes I'll walk my dogs and I'll pray when I'm walking as well. So prayer has definitely been something I've been good at. And then the only thing that I did not do with my faith-based goal is my Bible reading and study time. I take really thorough notes at church every Sunday, and I feel like I need to be going in at least once a week to review those notes and read over the scriptures that are mentioned, and I just have not been doing that. So that is going to be another repeat goal, and I hope to reach it in July because I feel like that is the next step for me. Josiah, I had a goal of reading with him, and I said 4 to 5 times a week or more. I'll be honest and say we did not do 4 to 5 times a week, but we did do 3 times a week. And I am very proud to say that Josiah finished his first book of the summer. And so I am so proud of him. I'm proud of me because he does not always want to read. So it takes discipline for both of us to get him reminded, hey, you have to read today. And we were doing that consistently for 15 to 20 minutes, some days 25 minutes, but most days 15 to 20 minutes daily. And he was able to finish a chapter book. So I'm really proud of him. Enjoy time off, Nashville and weekends. Nashville was cool. I feel like so far, this coming weekend is the last weekend of June. I think it will be enjoyable. But for the most part, aside from me having car issues, June has been very enjoyable for me. For my content creation goal, I said I wanted to upload all the Jamaica content, be consistent on shorts and 2 live streams. Your girl has done that. So I'm very proud that I've reached that goal. I do have the one video left to upload, and that's that hour-long footage I told y'all. But June is not over. I still got, what, today is 26. I have 4 days to get that video edited so that I can get that video up. Happy belated birthday to you. Let's see. I pray and fast, which is amazing. I also read my Bible and devotional every day, but my goal is to start studying the Bible. Okay, my goal is to just start studying the Bible. Devotions, I think, are good, and I think they're easy to do, but I feel like because I'm going to church, it really should be low-hanging fruit for me to be able to just take the scriptures that we are studying in church and review them myself. Like, read over those notes, go into my Bible, open it, read it. I feel like that would be easy for me to do, and I'm not even doing that. I say that I'm going to look at this later, and I don't. We do usually have a conversation, my husband and I, about church, what we learned, what we thought about it, application. We've been praying more together, and all of that is great. But I do feel like I need to read the text for myself to better understand and get that closeness with God. So that is something I want to work on. And then from there, I would like to be able to pick topics of my own and then find stories. So it doesn't always have to be associated with what the church is doing. Because if it's a Sunday like the one I had last Sunday where I did not agree with the sermon, I did not agree with the approach, then I feel turned off and don't want to read. And then that's putting my faith journey in the hands of another human instead of it being me connected to the spirit and me being connected to, what God wants for me, because then it's like I'm blocked off by that human who chose to preach to us about giving because they were trying to get us to give an additional offering to their organization, which feeds homeless children in other countries. And it just was not something that resonated with me and my family because I don't know, every week for like 3 or 4 weeks, they have been talking about this organization. It's called Convey of Hope. They feed children in Africa and in just all around the world. And my thing is this. United States, we are always trying to come to the rescue of other countries. Sorry. Bless me. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it is a problem when you have homelessness and hungry people right here in Atlanta that you could be helping. Why are we skipping over those to go overseas? We should be doing both. You know what I mean? So, like, pressuring your congregation to give an additional offering. I'm not talking about tithes, because I tithe. I've been tithing and giving 10% of my income to a church, even when I wasn't going to church for over a year now. Over a year and a half, I've been tithing faithfully, and God has blessed me in so many ways just for me doing that as a cheerful giver. But you're asking me to give money to an organization because y'all want to feed the homeless. That's what y'all choose to do. Feed the homeless, pour into a mission in other countries around the world, and you keep showing these videos of these hungry children in Africa and other countries besides Africa trying to bait sympathy and force people to feel like they need to give. That was rubbing me the wrong way, and it didn't feel like the Bible tells us we need to be cheerful givers and we need to give like from our heart. That was not on my heart. And so the scripture that they, or the story or the sermon that they gave the last Sunday was centered around that. And so I bring it up to say, for me, I want to get in the Bible myself so that if I'm ever at church and I feel like the message is being led by the person and not by the Spirit of God, I'm not turned away for the week because that was my lesson for the week. You know what I mean? But the good thing about it and the beauty of it is they did lead the scripture. So like I told my husband, there were some great points about how, God wants us to be obedient and to give and to be helpful to others. And it was talking about all of those things. And I feel like I can take the actual scriptures and apply them in life in a way that genuinely does align with my heart. But if you had a campaign for 4 weeks and you're trying to convince people to give because you want to achieve the goal for your mission as the senior vice president and pastor of your organization, your intent is not just to serve God here. It's for you to meet this goal that you've anticipated for yourself and for your company and your organization. That may not be my goal. You see what I'm saying? And so, and my thing is this, if I'm tithing and I'm already giving my 10%, and you as the church finance team can decide where that 10% goes. I don't have to give an extra to that if that's not where my heart wants it to be. Maybe my extra 10% wants to go to something else. Like, I'm on social media and I see a mother and her kids posting about needing some extra money to cover their groceries, and I decide to send a Uber Eats order to that family so they can eat that day. Like, that might be my offering for somebody. Or like, it's sometimes in groups I'm in, I see people asking for help and I figure out a way to help them. There's been times where I've donated to moms in need. There is a organization here in Atlanta who provides food to families in need right here in Atlanta that was struggling to keep its doors open. I sent a donation to that. I don't mind giving where I feel like it is genuine, but I want to give where it makes sense. I don't want to just give to an organization that probably don't necessarily need the money for you to go give it overseas. I want to give it to someone that I want to see, I can see actually needs it. And it's just a feeling that you get that, you know what? God is leading me to do that. I didn't feel that on Sunday. I didn't feel it any of the Sundays where they kept bringing this thing up. It felt kind of like manipulative, honestly. And I have been going to this church since Easter, and it has always been a breath of fresh air. And that time, it just did not feel like a breath of fresh air. Not only did they let this guest pastor speak and preach and base the whole sermon around this, but they also decided to switch the way that they do their whole service to put this sermon from this guy first and do the offering at the end as a way to encourage people to donate to this cause. Yeah, it just was not, it was not for me. I didn't mean to go on a tangent about that. I'm sorry. But it's important to know God and his truth for yourself. Exactly. I agree 100%. A lot of people are not actually led by the Holy Spirit. Exactly. They're not. A lot of people are pretending to be. It was good talking with you too. Thank you so much for joining and being an active participant in the conversation. I really appreciate you. And I'll talk to you soon. I hope you have a good night and a good weekend. Okay, y'all. I was talking before I went on this tangent, right? I had a goal of uploading the Jamaica content and being consistent with the shorts and 2 live streams a week. So I achieved that goal. I have one more video. That I need to edit, and I have 4 days to get that done. I think I said that. And then lastly, I wanted to try to prioritize rest, self-care weekly, and try to get my dogs outside at least twice a week. And I feel like I did not do a good job of getting the dogs outside. A lot of it was because of rain. But they did get some outside time a few times this week. I know I've personally walked my dogs a few times this week, or this month, rather. And when we went out of town, and when we're going to go out of town again in July, they go to a boarding that is like an outdoor playground for the dogs. So I'm going to try to do better, weather permitting. Sometimes we just can't give them what they need because the weather is raining. Like, I can't take the dogs out in rain and get them sick because that's a whole nother thing. But lastly, the self-care weekly. Last weekend, I did go get my nails done and I got my hair done. And so that was nice to get my hair braided and to go get my nails done. So, the self-care I definitely been trying to do. When I went to Jamaica, I booked a massage for myself. That was in May, though, so that's not really a June thing. But, like, just trying to make sure I keep up with myself and my upkeep and not let my situation with the car make my mental health suffer. So, like, earlier this month, I was definitely hitting the gym consistently, last week when my cycle started, I kind of was like, okay, we're going to take a break from working out. But pretty much it's gone. So I'm going to try to get back in there and, stay fit and stay active and get my mind right. I'm going to be honest, the last about 8 days, diet has been all over the place. And I'm going to go to New Orleans very soon. So I got to figure out how I'm going to incorporate a fit journey and still enjoy my food at the same time. But I feel like it's just the snacks that's really doing me over every time. So I'm going to try to work on that. And then lastly, the prioritizing rest. For the most part, I did pretty well with prioritizing my rest, just not this week. It was 2 nights this week where I stayed up pretty late and I did not get a lot of sleep. And it led to me being really tired and really drained. So tonight, I'm going to try to get in bed before midnight. And I also am going to try to do that this weekend because I don't have a lot of plans. So nothing should be having me staying up super late. And so with that said, that was kind of like a reflection on how June went. Looking ahead into July, I will be posting a video to talk about my goals for July with you all. So stay tuned for that video. I hope to have it up for y'all on July 1st. If not July 1st, it'll be up before July 4th. And then also, like with the YouTube goal, because I feel like I pretty much checked that off completely. Like I was saying earlier in this live stream, I think I'm going to start streaming a little bit more with you guys. I just won't be scheduling them every time. I'll schedule the one that we do for goals because I really like how we check in the middle of the month and at the end of the month. But I feel like, we need to talk more than we do. That way, we're not catching up with each other every time I'm getting on because it's been 2 weeks. Like, so much can happen in 2 weeks. And if you miss the mid-month check-in and we talk at the end of the month, that's like a lot of stuff that can happen in a month. It's like meeting with your therapist once a month, which is currently what I do. When you get with your therapist and you haven't been talking to her or him, you have so much to share because you haven't talked to them. So it's like, and if y'all are not watching the vlogs because you're not being notified, like you finding out about everything that's going on and going wrong and going right on another video. So I say that to say like maybe a weekly live stream would be a little bit better, So we'll see. But I have been talking and talking and talking. Y'all done hung out with me, Bruno, her dad's in the background. I done had a good time. My candle is burning over here, y'all. And it's starting to smell like strawberry kiwi over here, which is going to help me smell like have a really nice, sweet smell in here that'll help me go to sleep soon. I want to say I love y'all very much. If you were here for the whole live, just a minute. If you're watching a replay, thank you. You didn't have to spend time with me tonight, but you chose to, and I really appreciate that. I pray that the rest of your June and July, when it begins, ends, every moment in between is successful for you. I pray that you are safe and that you're able to achieve something that you set your mind to in this time. And that if you are faced with an obstacle, you remember that it is just temporary. And I'm going to hope that for myself as well, because I was in a little funk for most of this month. And so I'm happy to shake that off and just move in feeling like, I can do it and I can move forward. But with that, thanks another Brian. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. I'll talk to y'all soon. And if you haven't, go watch my Jamaica vlogs. They are long, so run them on your TV. Play them while you do other things like clean up, wash dishes. Leave a comment so I can tell you thank you and respond to it and everything. But check out the videos because I do have some new ones dropping. Spend some time on my short feed. Let the algorithm know that you are liking the videos so that they can do better with pushing them out for me. But with that, I will talk to y'all later, and I hope y'all have a good weekend. Bye, y'all.